see if this is working. Doesn't seem like it's picking that up. It might when I have to lean forward though. And there we go. See if that'll. Okay. So if I can't figure out where to find these, I'm probably going to go into creative because I want them for this side of what I'm making. But for now, I'm gonna grab my dragon and go. I'm an idiot. I need to go back up there. I need to just put my exploring dragon over here. Here. And there. So I'm gonna be able to travel while I talk about the space stuff. And the dinosaur. I do have plans of things to talk about. It is 5:04. I'm probably only going to stream maybe an hour. At least 25 minutes. I can do that. You're not who I'm looking for. You are. I need to get name tags for everybody too. I don't know if I'm going to end up choosing it or not. Oh, what do you mean he doesn't have a saddle? Is this not the dragon that I meant to get on? Oh, this is not the dragon I meant to get on. Okay. I think I'm gonna go that way. I think I remember seeing that. But I am not anti-cheats. Absolutely. Wait, I'm gonna look at something. Way. Can't do any of that right now. I need to make this. I don't see a way that I could. What I can do though is I think I can make this. I think I can make this show up split screen. How do I? Because I want to be able to talk at the same time. I don't know how to do that. Ha! I got it. There we go. Maybe. I think that would be chat, possibly. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna assume. I wanted to stream on time wolf, but I did not want to miss out on my normal stream. Multitask. I have fire spread off because lessons learned the hard way. Fire spread's not a good idea. Every time I hear that noise, it scares me. So this happened 2 days ago. Let's see the Windwalker. It is. What was it? Little fox. Hello. You're so cute. Stealing all of your games. Uh, Astronaut Johnny Kim returned to Earth on Tuesday alongside Roscosmos cosmonauts Sergei. Whoa! Fuck! Ow! Oh, that hurt a lot. Owie! Dragons are scary. I have that written down on how to pronounce it. Rizikov? Rizikov? And Alexei Zubritsky. Wrapping up an 8-month science mission for the International Space Station to benefit life on Earth and future space exploration. I don't know if I can stand on this. I'm gonna try and get this one. They made a parachute-assisted landing at 12:03 a.m. Eastern Standard, 10:30 a.m. local time, southeast at Kyrgyzstan? Kyrgyzstan? I don't know. Afghanistan, right? No, Kazakhstan. I just read this like 10 minutes ago. My brain decided it doesn't want to work anymore. I just want to make sure I'm able to see the bottom. Where is... It's not the Whispering Death, it's you. Okay. I need to give you a name. I also need to wait on this. Drop some saplings, hopefully. After departing the space station, at 8:21 p.m. on December 8th, aboard the Soyuz MS-27 spacecraft. Hold on. I don't think it gave me any saplings to this. Maybe. It's not done. It's a weird noise. I don't even know what device made that noise. Anywho's, over the course of 245 days in space. The crew orbited Earth 3,920 times, traveling nearly 104 million miles. Ah, that's a lot of talking. Requires a certain amount of breathing, though, apparently. It's really loud to me. Can I do that? I want the music back a little bit. Traveling nearly 104 million miles, they launched into the space station on April 8th. They launched to the space station on April 8th. This mission marked the first space flight for both Kim and Zabriskie? Zabritsky. Sorry, I can't read. It's really far away. Well, Zikov completed his third journey to space, logging a total of 603 days in space. There's a picture of him. I think it's him. This is Kim showing off his staff medal he received. That's really cool. Okay. Well, aboard the orbiting, I need to mine another tree while I'm standing here. Preferably not. Aboard the orbiting laboratory. Kim contributed a wide range of scientific investigations. Contributed to a wide range of scientific investigations. Happening. I'm not stuck. I'm very lost. It would help if I could see. I'm gonna take you there and hope I don't sink into the snow. Oh, that's really close. I'll just hope that it didn't turn violent. You're very loud. I want you to land. Okay. To a wide range of scientific investigations and technology demonstrations, he studied the behavior of bioprinted tissues containing blood vessels in microgravity for an experiment helping advance space-based tissue production to treat patients on Earth. He also evaluated the remote command. I glanced away and lost my spot. Of multiple robots in space for the Surface Avatar study, which could support the development of robotic assistants for future exploration missions. Additionally, Kim worked on developing in-space manufacturing of DNA mimicking nanomaterials, which could improve drug delivery technologies and support emerging therapeutics in regenerative medicine. Following the Following post-landing medical checks, the crew will return to the recovery staging. I keep seeing shadows. What is moving? Be dramatic. Following post-landing medical checks, the crew will return to the recovery staging area in Karaganda, Kazakhstan. Kim will then board a NASA aircraft bound for the agency's Johnson Space Center in Houston. For more than 25 years, people have lived and worked continuously aboard the International Space Station, advancing scientific studies. Flapping real loud. Do it again. Okay. I think there should be at least one south. There's three. Amazing. I'm going away. And I'm gonna get over here. Almost the opposite of where Oh, no. I think I need honey, but I have yet to find any. Uh, work continuously aboard the International Space Station, advancing scientific knowledge and making research breakthroughs that are not possible on Earth. Land down here. Oh my god. I don't think I finished. I did not finish. Really inconvenient for me. Only when I got fix ownership size. Station's critical testbed for NASA to understand and overcome the challenges of long-term duration spaceflight and to expand commercial opportunities in low Earth orbit as commercial companies concentrate on providing human space transportation services in destinations as part of robust low Earth orbit economy. NASA is focusing its resources on deep space missions to the moon as part of the Artemis campaign in preparation for future human missions to Mars. This is from NASA's site. This is just some of their news that I thought was fun. We're gonna go to this. Nope, I want you to trade. No, how? What? I want you to take that spot. Can you do that? Can I make you do that? Oh my gosh, I've never had to do this before. It's about there, and this should be about the telescope. Yes, I'm gonna need a drink. Does that make my throat hurt? I don't talk that much normally. I'm only like, what? I'm not gonna go off what time I started because I started at a weird time. I'm less than 20 minutes in, so I'm just gonna. Okay, I'll assume I have it good enough. Let me need to figure out where I want to plant these. Take time. Oh, I want to see if I have. I do. I think this will be loud enough that I can have it playing while I do other stuff. And I think I think this is one that I like. You'll go here. Yeah, this is fun. This is hold on. I just realized something. I didn't even think about how much louder than me my stuff might be. I'm not rereading that article. If it's hard to hear, it's worth going to NASA to read about it if you're interested in that stuff. Oh, I feel death with this blasting in my ears. Two pounds. That really high. Nope, it is just that loud. Oh my. I don't know if that's my dragon. I don't think it is. I'm gonna go over here. So I don't really have anywhere else to go plant these, but I wish it would fade out a little bit better than that. And one there. Don't attack me. Is it raining? Oh, it is. I never tamed that guy, so kind of on me. Okay. I'm gonna turn this down. I'm gonna find whatever setting I need to turn this down because it's so loud. There, that seems a lot more reasonable. Let me. I don't want everything to be unreasonably quiet. There we go. I like that better. Okay. I need to go build some fencing. I want to figure out how to get. I have a divine stepper over there. I want more of those, but I cannot for the life of me figure out what it is, and I can't find it on the wiki, so. I need sticks. I think it's the only sticks I'll need. Wait. No, get back out of there. Dang. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I'm not touching all. Probably really shouldn't jump off like that. I love the shader pack. I don't remember which one I have selected. I don't actually remember how to even select it. That person don't count. Whoops. Yeah, something over here. Oh, I never got rid of that fire. Some dragon over here makes a lot of lightning. I thought the gods were angry at me. Very scary. I did not mean to just do that. Why does that keep happening? I don't like whatever that button is. I think I only need this. I don't have, obviously, that many dragons right now. I have a lot of eggs that I haven't gotten to hatch yet. I'll probably have some of them hatching while I'm building. That was like the best idea. Right now, I'm wanting to work on. Oh, you're an adult. A big man. I need to build something for these bigger dragons because I have one. Somewhere over there, I have another dragon. Whoa, that's cool. Okay, I think I'm ready to start trying to talk about the dragon slip. If I can get my dragon where I want him. I think I am going to build in creative. I built a lot of this in creative. It's just a lot of searching I don't feel like doing, and I want a very specific look, obviously. So yeah, I think I'm going to build it in creative. It's fine. I'm doing most of my dragon stuff in survival, not really my building. Building is meant to be fun and peaceful. I want to build a breeding station. I know that. That's wrong. That's wrong. Uh, there's so many easier ways I could have done that, and I really choose the hardest path for myself. Do that. I don't like what I just did there. You need to explain it, but that's better. I'm just gonna sort. It's like a good idea. This will go in here. This will go in here, and this will go in here with this because I don't need it right now. Don't accidentally delete that. I don't know what's wrong with my skin. I have yet to figure out why it's broken. I just want it to be short. It's whatever. I'm gonna do something about that eventually. I don't either want to do. I think what I want to do. I'm gonna go ahead and grab. And okay, I think I want this to be a farm. So like here, I don't want to be right against the edge. You never know what could happen. And that's that works. I don't want everything to be perfectly symmetrical. This stuff isn't perfectly symmetrical. I do want it to be decent looking though. I think that's a reasonable size farm. Okay, James Webb. I'm gonna want to talk about this. NASA's James Webb Space Telescope has observed a supernova that exploded when the universe was only 730 million years old, the earliest detection of its kind to date. Man, dyslexia is really kicking my butt today. I want to do this. Webb's crisp near-infrared images also allowed astronomers to locate the supernova's faint host galaxy. The telescope took these quick-turn observations July 1st in support of an international group of telescopes that detected a super bright flash of light known as a gamma ray burst in mid-March. NASA's missions are part of a growing worldwide network watching for fleeting changes in the skies to solve mysteries of how the universe works. I'm stuck. I might add some of the floral ones. I think they break it up. I think I'm gonna do this. Have one here. I need to scroll, so give me a second. With this observation, Webb also broke its own record. Previous chart-topping supernova exploded when the universe was 1.8 billion years old. Only Webb could directly show that this light is from a supernova. Okay, this is a quote, so I need to step back a second. Only Webb could directly show that this light is from a supernova, a collapsing massive star, said Andrew Levin, the lead author of the one of two new papers in astronomy and astrophysics letters, and a professor at Radboud University in the Netherlands. I don't want to try and pronounce that because I can't read it. It's kind of blurry. In the University of Warwick in the United Kingdom, the observation, sure that's right. This observation also demonstrates that we can use Webb to find individual stars in the universe with only 5% of its current age. Well, did I skip something? No. This observation also demonstrates that we can use Webb to find individual stars when the universe is only 5% of its current age. While gamma-ray bursts typically last for seconds to minutes, a supernova rapidly brightens over several weeks before it slowly dims. In contrast, the supernova brightened over months since it exploded so early in the history of the universe. Okay. Its light was stretched as the cosmos expanded over billions of years. As light is stretched, so is the time it takes for events to unfold. I might be stupid because that's not making sense to me. Webb's observations were intentionally taken 3.5 months after the gamma ray burst ended, since the underlying supernova was expected to be the brightest at that time. Webb provided the rapid and sensitive follow-up we needed, said Benjamin Schneider, a co-author and oh my god, I have to lean really far forward to read that. Postdoctoral researcher at the laboratory in France. That's, I don't want to try and pronounce those because I can barely read them from here. Gamma ray bursts are incredibly rare. I need farmland. Are incredibly rare. Those that last a few seconds may be caused by two neutron stars or a neutron star and a black hole colliding. Longer bursts like this one, which lasted around 10 seconds, are frequently linked to the explosive deaths of massive stars. Immediate nimble investigation at source. Scroll down, where I don't scroll down as much in a minute. The first alert showing March 14th, the news of the gamma ray burst from a very distant source came from SVOM missions, space-based multiband astronomical variable objects monitor. Okay. A Franco-Chinese telescope that launched in 2024 and was designed to detect fleeting events. Within an hour and a half, NASA's Garrels Swift Observatory pinpointed the X-ray source's location on the sky that enabled subsequent observations that would pin down distance for Webb. 11 hours later, the Nordic Optical Telescope on the Canary Islands was queued up and revealed an infrared light gamma ray burst afterglow, an indication that the gamma ray might be associated with a very distant object. 4 hours later, the European Southern Observatory's Very Large Telescope in Chile. It's the wrong block. Estimated the object existed 730 million years after the Big Bang. I wish I would stop yawning. I don't like that. I'm gonna do this. There are only a handful of gamma ray bursts in the last 50 years that have been detected in the first billion years of the universe. Levin said, "This particular event is very rare and very exciting." Image of the supernova. That is really pretty though. It's concept art. It's so pretty. I'm gonna send that to Demon for sure. Shockingly similar to nearby supernovae. Okay, let me figure out where I want this. So I think I want to do. This is another chapter. That seems like a good spot to pause. Do I want to have a? I want to have a back porch that doesn't have stuff on it. I want to do this. Come on. Oh no. Oh, you're lighting things on fire. Okay. This is why I turned fire spread off. I do that a lot. Let me get this broken because I don't want to blind break this. Okay. Since this is the earliest furthest supernova. Wait, hold on. I just noticed something. That's nothing to do with what's going on right this second. I'll decide if that seems too loud. Now it seems okay. Uh, Actually, no, because it's really hard to think. Put it there. Not really better, but I feel weird turning any further down. This is the earliest furthest supernova to be detected to date. Researchers compared it to what they know in great detail. Modern nearby supernova. Or modern nearby supernovae. The two turned out to be very similar, which surprised them. I'm deciding if I want to voice my opinions or leave it. I don't. Maybe I'm gonna keep reading. Why little is still known about the first billion years of the universe. Early stars likely contained fewer heavy elements, were more massive, and led shorter lives. They also existed during the era of ionization, when gas between galaxies was largely opaque to high-energy light. We went in with open minds, said Niall Tanver, a co-author and professor at the University of Leicester in the United Kingdom. And lo and behold, Webb showed that the supernova looks exactly like the modern supernova. Or like modern supernovae. Lexi is kicking my butt today. Poor researchers can determine why such an early supernova is similar to nearby supernova. More data is needed to pinpoint tiny differences. First look at supernova's host galaxy. I need to scroll down for this, so I'm gonna scroll down and I'm gonna make sure this is the right height. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Wrong height. I need something built off. Okay. Webb's observations indicate that this distant galaxy is similar to other galaxies that existed at the same time, said Emmerich Lee Lowe, co-author and astronomer at the CA Parasecle. No, that's a lot of French words that I don't know how to pronounce. In France, since the galaxy's light is blended into a few pixels, making the galaxy look like a reddened smudge. What we can learn about it is still limited, seeing it at all as a breakthrough. Researchers have already laid plans to re-enlist Webb in the international effort to learn more about gamma ray bursts emitted by objects in the early universe. This team has been approved to observe events with Webb. The team has been approved to observe events with Webb and now have a new aim: to learn more about galaxies in the distant universe by capturing the afterglow of gamma ray bursts themselves. That glow will help Webb see more and give us a fingerprint of the galaxy, Levin said. This research team observed supernova GRB 250314A with a rapid turnaround director's directionary time program. The James Webb Space Telescope is the world's premier space science observatory. Webb is solving mysteries in our solar system, looking beyond to distant. I want this to be like this, I think. I'm gonna place in it. Solar mysteries in our solar system, looking beyond to distant worlds around other stars and probing the mysterious structures and origins of our universe and our place in it. Webb is an international program tied to. No, not tied to. That said led by. I just can't read. Led by NASA with its partners ESA, European Space Agency, and CSA, Canadian Space Agency. Obviously, to learn more, you can go to NASA's site. I have to figure out how to do this yet again. This, okay, let me look at these and see which one. Is this? Nope, that's not the button I thought it would be. It's not treating me nicely right this second. Okay. Um, Maybe I just don't like. Okay, that's fine. I want this to be internal. Wait, but okay, no, this is gonna be uneven. That's fine. speed, or did I screw up somewhere? Nope, it's space. Okay. Close that. Have something blocking. NASA JAXA XRISM finds elemental bounty in supernova remnant. Oh, this is cool looking. I'll get to reading that in a second. I want to finish these. I feel like that's it. I'm gonna do this. It's really hard. I thought I could read that and have, but my screens are so far apart and my vision's not doing great right now for some reason. It is really hard to read. If I can at least get through these two topics, or this last topic, I think I'll be okay, and I'll just focus on the game for a bit. I've been live for 48 minutes, so I'll do this and I'll focus on the game for a bit, probably finish this house, because I have barely done any work in the span of an hour, because reading and building is hard, apparently, for me. I read all these earlier and I started live and I ran forgot everything. It's okay, it happens. It's frustrating, but it happens. I know I'm an idiot. I shouldn't expect more for myself. For the first time, scientists have made clear X-ray detection of chlorine and potassium. Yes, this is. Uh, in the wreckage of a star using data from the Japan-led XRISM X-ray imaging and spectroscopy mission spacecraft. Prism? Prism? I don't know. The way they say to pronounce it doesn't really help me. Discovered these elements in supernova remnant called Cassiopeia A or Cassiopeia. Okay, I'm proofreading to see if I can read it a little bit better. The wait, does that even say resolve? The resolve instrument aboard the XRISM pronounced. I think that says Prism. Prism. It says CRISM, but that doesn't help me. Not smart enough to figure that out. Discovered these elements in a supernova remnant called Cassiopeia A, or Cas-A for short. The expanding cloud of debris is located about 11,000 light years away in northern constellation Cassiopeia. I don't. Do I want this to be the door? Maybe I do. Do that. Okay. Oh, that's what's about because I'm a goober. This discovery helps illustrate how the debris of how whoa, that doesn't say debris, that says deaths. How the deaths of stars and life on Earth are fundamentally linked, said Toshiki Sato. I don't want to mispronounce that, but I can barely read it from here. An astrophysicist at Meiji University in Tokyo. Stars appear to shimmer quietly in the night sky, but they actively forge materials that form planets and enable life as we know it. Now, thanks to XRISM, we have a better idea of when and how stars might make crucial yet harder to find elements. I read that like a 5-year-old. What is going on with my brain? A paper about the results published December 4th in Nature Astronomy. Sato led the study with Kai Matsunaga, Hiroyuki Uchida, both at Kyoto University in Japan. JAXA, Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, leads XRISM in collaboration with NASA, along with contributions from ESA. NASA and JAXA also co-developed the Resolve instrument. I need to scroll, not on that, but on this. Picture mapping it out that I think would be really cool to look at. Stars produce almost all the elements in the universe, heavier than hydrogen and helium through nuclear reactions. Heat and pressure fuse lighter ones, like carbon, into progressively heavier ones like neon, I think that says, creating an onion-like layers of materials in stellar interiors. Nuclear reactions also take place during explosive events like supernovae, or novae, which occur when stars run out of fuel, collapse, and explode. Elemental abundances and locations in the wreckage can respectively tell scientists about the star and its existence after hundreds or thousands of years. I'm really giving myself a run for my money, huh? Some elements like oxygen, carbon, and neon are more common than others and are easier to detect and trace back to a particular part of the star's life. Other elements like chlorine and potassium are more elusive, so scientists have less data about them. It's more difficult to model where in the star they formed. These rare elements still play an important role in life on Earth. Potassium, for example, helps the cells and muscles in our bodies function, so astronomers are interested in tracing its cosmic origin. Let's scroll a little bit. And I'm going to build a little bit, and then I'll read again. Two, two. Okay. Roughly, whoa. Why is my brain refusing? Okay. The roughly circular Casay supernova remnant spans about 10 light years, is over 340 years old, and has a super dense neutron star at its center, the remains of the original star's core. Okay. Scientists using NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory had previously identified signatures of iron, silicon, sulfur, and other elements within Cas A. In the hunt for other elements, the team used the Resolve instrument aboard XRISM to look at the remnant twice in December 2023. The researchers were able to pick out the signatures for chlorine and potassium, determining that the remnant contains ratios much higher than expected. Resolve also detected a possible indication of phosphorus, which was previously emissions. Uh, okay, I need a break because it's making my head dizzy. I think I'm not breathing properly when I read. Resolve's high resolution and sensitivity make these kinds of measurements possible, said Brian Williams, the XRISM project scientist at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. Combining XRISM's capabilities with those of other missions allows scientists to detect and measure these rare elements that are so critical to the formation of life in the universe. The astronomers think stellar activity could have disrupted the layers of nuclear fusion inside the star before it exploded. That kind of upheaval might have led to persistent, large-scale churning of material inside the star that created conditions where chlorine and potassium formed in abundance. Scientists also mapped the Resolve observations onto an image of Casay captured by Chandra and showed that the elements were concentrated in the southeast and northern parts of the remnant. Okay. Well, okay, we're right at the bottom. This lopsided distribution may mean that the star itself had underlying asymmetries before it exploded, which Chandra data indicated earlier this year in a study Sato led, or Sato, probably Sato, I don't know. Being able to make measurements with good statistical precision of these rare elements really helps us understand the nuclear fusion that goes on in the stars before and during supernovae, said co-author Paul Polinsky, an astrophysicist. I've heard that name, I just don't know if I said it right. Polinsky? I don't know. I don't want to say it that wrong. An astrophysicist at the Center for Astrophysics Harvard and Smithsonian in Cambridge, Massachusetts. We suspected a key part might be asymmetry, and now we have more evidence that's the case. But there's still a lot we just don't understand about how stars explode and distribute all these elements across the cosmos. And that is the end of that article. I'm still really interested in it. It sounds cool. I think that's the last article I'm gonna read though, because I'm really putting myself through it trying to read. I'm a little over an hour. I'm gonna finish building. The other things I wanted to talk about is just the planet and the fossil, which I can talk about at another day. So I'm gonna stream Monday. I can talk about them with Demon. Just make her participate. But simply did not place that correctly. Okay. Deciding how I want to do the roof. I think I'm actually gonna do one, two, maybe that. Why is that wrong way? Oh goodness. No, I want that to be more like this. Oh, I really don't like that. What can I do new? Like, there's something I can place there? No, approve of. I don't know. Building decoration, I think. I might do a candle. Put a green candle in. We're gonna try a candle and see if I like the way it looks. If I can even place it, which I cannot. Huh. Well, I have backup plan. I should just do that. And nope, that's not what I meant to do. I'm an idiot. I forgot to. I want like a fancy one though. Preferably green. I think this. I think that this would look okay. That feels too plain. Is there a dark green that I can do? No. Okay, I mean, that's fine. Looks fine. So I think That'll be the best way to do this. And I particularly wanted this to be higher. I didn't think this roof was gonna end up being that height. I mean, I guess it looks okay. Doesn't look particularly bad or anything. It's okay. I'm okay with it. I forgot to even do it on the back. Wait, what? What did I do differently just now? Wait. Oh, yeah. They're not gonna be even. So this needs to be different. That needs to be that, I guess. I don't know, that looks weird to me, but whatever. I think I just did something wrong. I don't even. It's for sure not even. But I knew that. I knew that going in, because these aren't even. I lined it up with these. I don't know how I feel. That's what I get for doing an uneven building though. Uh, do reduce. I think this would look best. No, that's what I don't like that. So we're gonna find something else. Just do this. This will probably look fine. I don't know why I thought I would like that. It's like a stick thing. And yeah. Phew. No, I don't. Maybe I want to do this though. I really think I think I burnt out my oxygen at this point. Let's do. Oh, it is supposed to be. I'm a goop. My I aim for an hour and a half, I think. I think that's reasonable. Because I'm a little burnt out. I kind of started stream knowing I didn't feel good, so it's fine. I am allowed to just not feel good, to be fair. I mean, it's not like there was really much stopping me from not streaming. Except the fact that I made a schedule and I really want to keep it a breaking schedule. Because usually if I let myself do it once, I'm never gonna stick to the schedule again, because now I've told my brain we're allowed to skip the schedule and that's just gonna fly. That doesn't work. That's what I want to happen. I love that they swing, it's just the coolest thing. Mm. There we go. I could probably blab about that fossil a little bit. It's about the preserved fossil that was found in, I think it's frozen. Let me see how old it was. I feel like that's an important factor to this. It was a cult between 30,000 and 40,000 years old. It was very, very well preserved. We even know what color it was. It was a bay. I think that's really cool. It was excavated by scientists from Japan and Russia and taken to the Mammoth Museum in Yakutsk. I'm not 100% sure on how to pronounce that. I'll read into it further, but I think it's really cool that we like know the color of it even. It's that well preserved. It looks like a if you ever had a doll that's really old and wait, this is incorrect. Have you ever had a doll? Wait, everything feels incorrect. I'll figure this out in a second. I'm not 100% sure what I did different, but I did something different. If you ever had like a, I don't remember what they were called, but it was, I guess just a doll, you could just call it a plushie. A really, really old one. It looks like that. If you just threw it in the mud and rolled it around and forgot about it for a few decades. But this one was a horse that was at one point alive and is now fossilized. Mummified, I think, would be technically the right word, would it? It's found in Siberia. Uh, uh, let's not talk about it for now. I just think it's really cool. Stuff, I will. I'm gonna get a. I'll make a better stalls for my bigger dudes. He's kinda. He does not fit. I wasn't sure exactly how big he would be, but I think I can build something over there that would suit him. I'm gonna get rid of this at some point too. I don't want it here. It doesn't look bad. I was worried it'd look really crappy, but it looks okay. Add some lanterns where there is light, nothing can spawn, and that is what we want. And probably here, I think. Yeah, I will grab a door. I'll probably farm in survival, to be fair. Yep. Wait, it's not the door I want. I want this door. Okay. On my little circle of paradise. I've got everything built. By the time I stream on this world again, I will probably have built some more stuff. Probably gonna focus on that. But for now, I'm gonna take a break and call it a night.